Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to the Diagnostic World video. So in this video you may see this is an Audi vehicle that we've got the airbag light showing on the dashboard there. The reason for making this video is basically just to sort of give you a better understanding and maybe a better idea as to why the airbag light may well be showing on your dashboard of your whether it be an Audi, a VW, Seat, Skoda, any kind of VAG vehicles, a VW Alpha group. And the reason I wanted to make this video is kind of like I know it's never going to sort of correct this, but we see a lot of forum posts by people saying, look, you know, I've got the airbag light shown on my dashboard. What is the problem? What will it be? What do I need to replace? And we see a lot of replies, which I understand that a lot of people are just trying to be helpful, because there will be situations whereby somebody has had an airbag light and it has been a particular issue. So they're saying, well, it'll be this issue. It's not always the case, because there are many different components to the airbag system. So just because somebody else has had that problem doesn't mean that that's your problem. It might be your problem, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's nailed on that it will be. So the only real way to check is to hook it up to a diagnostic tool like this, which we'll get into in a second, okay? But I did want to run through some of the kind of the main areas and the main reasons as to why you've probably got an airbag light showing on your dashboard, okay? Now the first one may well be quite obvious, and it could be something like there has literally actually been a collision. The vehicle may well have been repaired, but the airbag light may not have been repaired, or some part of the airbag system hasn't been repaired properly or reset properly, okay? So that could be one of the most obvious reasons. But there are other components within the airbag system. So the main components could be something like a damaged clock spring, which will sit inside the steering wheel here. It could be a faulty or damaged sensor somewhere within the wiring loom, in which case you may well need to replace a part of the wiring, and it's quite easy. It's like all connected. You could have a wet or corroded airbag module. The airbag modules can, depending on the environment that the car is in, can sometimes be subject to moisture, so it could get wet, corroded, and which will ultimately fry the airbag module. The airbag module is like an ECU, so it's a small little computer. The seatbelt wiring, so when you buckle your seatbelt in, the part which you plug the belt into has a little wire coming from it, and depending on the amount of use or sort of amount of times that's tugged in any which way, they can cut the wire loose. So that could be another thing to look out for. Obviously we've covered a collision, and it could just be a wiring fault, or maybe if the seat's been aggressively moved back and forwards, sometimes the connections under there can work themselves loose, all right? So those are kind of the main reasons as to why we think an airbag light will turn on. But as I say, ultimately you're going to need something like this to diagnose it, and then even when you fix the part, you need this tool to reset the fault as well, okay? So this is the VORS version 1.0. I'll pop the link to this kit in the description below this video, but ultimately you can find it at Diagnostic World. There are fakes, there are clones, they can damage your vehicle. It's not worth going down that route, okay? So use the link, it'll take you to the genuine product. Now we'll click onto Diagnostics, click into Audi. These are the vehicles it'll cover, you see. Well, the manufacturers it'll cover. So we're going to click into Audi, click the latest software version at the time of making this video. You can select your vehicle manually. It's given us 79 different options, but we are just going to go to VIN identify, and what that does is it automatically finds the vehicle. So we'll click OK to that. It's found the vehicle. It's a 2016 Audi. We'll go to control. You can click auto scan, so it scans the whole vehicle for faults, or you can just select your individual system. So we're going to go control unit, which will allow us to find the individual system, and we need to find the airbag system. Now here it is, number 15 on the list. So we're going to go read fault code, and it's giving us one fault code, B101A15. Seat sensor, driver side, open circuit, short circuit to B+. So we found a loose connection underneath the driver's seat. which was quite difficult to get to. Actually, what you have to do in this car is put the seat right forward and then reach the connections via the back seat, so getting down on your knees on the back seat. But it was just like a little block connector which had kind of come out. There is like a plastic cover which you need to take off as well. But in any case, we found a loose connection, but this tool will generally put you in the right direction. So if you're not entirely sure, say if you got this message and you weren't sure what to do with it, put it into Google. The chances are if you're getting that message, that fault code, somebody else will be also have had it at some point, and the answer will be there as to exactly what you need to do. But hopefully it's just kind of like a simple fix, like a sensor, something like that. But in this case, we've put the connection back in, so we're going to go to clear fault memory and watch the Airbag light when I do this. We'll go clear fault code, erase operation done, and the Airbag light has gone off. That's good news. Okay, but that's all thanks to the iCarSoft Vols version 1.0. Like as I say, we will put the link to this in the description below the video, and obviously hopefully this is maybe giving you a little better idea as to why the Airbag light will be showing on the dashboard of your Audi, Seat, Skoda or VW, no matter which vehicle you're in, because this is kind of like it covers all the VAG group: VW, Alfa, Seat and Skoda, and a few others as you saw earlier, like Bentley, Lamborghini if you're lucky enough to own one of those. Most people will be looking at VW, Audi, Seat, Skoda. Okay, anyways, I'm digressing here. If this video helps, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and well, I hope it's helped. Hope it's maybe given you a bit of an idea as to why the Airbag light is on. Link in the description to this tool. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.